Mini episode 1892 of the FDH Lounge is brought to you by Sportsology, delivering unconventional columns and webcasts about sports, TV, music, movies, and more. Follow them on the web at sportsology.com.
The FDH Lounge. You'll want to schedule your life around it.
A long time ago, on a gloomy, wet Cleveland spring night, two men stand alone amidst the late-night drizzle. Their voices echo across the vacant station parking lot as they debate the merits of the great American radio show that have been missing for far too long. On that night, an idea was born. That idea became the FDH Lounge. Welcome to the FDH Lounge.
Hello and welcome to FDH Lounge mini episode 1890, the weekly FDH football preview show. I'm FDH Managing Partner Rick Morris here with our fantasy and non-fantasy preview for Week 15 of the 2025 NFL season, as well as a look at Week 16 of the college football season. This podcast is excerpted from this week's edition of the 2025 FDH College and Pro Tip Sheet, available on the main page at fantasydrafthelp.com. Extra features that you will find there include our first four teams on the outside looking in for the college football playoff, our full NFL power rankings, our NFL rankings by division and by conference, and our list of fantasy players never to bench if they are healthy and not on a bye. No teams are on the bye. We start with our picks for the college football playoff. Here they are, contrary to how the committee made their decisions. Number 1, Indiana. 2, Georgia. 3, Ohio State. 4, Texas Tech. 5, Oregon. 6, Texas A&M. 7, Mississippi. 8, Oklahoma. 9, Notre Dame. 10, Alabama. 11, James Madison. 12, Tulane. For last week's picks, we are 2-3, and we're 40-40-2 on the year. Here's what we've got this week. Army plus 5.5 over Navy. In the NFL, we're going for our fourth season since 2016 of being profitable, i.e. above 52.4%, picking every game of the season. We came within a few picks of that last year. Last week, we were 7-7 overall, 3-0 on the Big Three, 1-0 on the lock. It's 96, 109, and 4, 22-20, and 7-7 on the season. Here's our picks for this week. Tampa Bay minus 5.5 over Atlanta. Washington plus 2.5 over the New York Giants. Chicago minus 7.5 over Cleveland. Arizona plus 9.5 over Houston. Buffalo minus 1.5 over New England. The New York Jets plus 13.5 over Jacksonville. Seattle minus 13.5 over Indianapolis. San Francisco minus 12.5 over Tennessee. Green Bay minus 1.5 over Denver. Carolina minus 2.5 over New Orleans. Detroit plus 5.5 over the LA Rams. Dallas minus 5.5 over Minnesota. And Miami plus 3 over Pittsburgh. For our Big Three, it's Philadelphia minus 12.5 over Las Vegas and Kansas City minus 5.5 over the LA Chargers. And in the 1,000-star gold-plated lock of the millennium for NFL Week 15, it's Baltimore minus 2.5 over Cincinnati. Now for our fantasy football segment. Remember, we strongly discourage fantasy overmanaging. You don't pull your top guys unless they're hurt or on a bye period. Don't let the matchups or everything geeks tell you anything different. Remember, our Thursday night game picks and fantasy recommendations are up every week on our Twitter page at the FDH Lounge. Now here's our non-gimme picks for the week. Quarterback, Jacoby Brissett, Sam Darnold, Jackson Dart, Jared Goff, Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, Trevor Lawrence, Jordan Love, Marcus Mariota, Drake May, Baker Mayfield, Brock Purdy, C.J. Stroud, and Caleb Williams. Running back, Chase Brown, Zach Charbonnet, James Cook, Rico Dowdle, Travis Etienne, Breece Hall, Amarian Hampton, R.J. Harvey, Travion Henderson, Chuba Hubbard, Kareem Hunt, Bucky Irving, Aaron Jones, Quinshon Judkins, Woody Marks, Kyle Monangai, David Montgomery, Devin Singletary, DeAndre Swift, Kamani Vidal, Kenneth Walker III, Jalen Warren, Javonte Williams, and Kyron Williams. Wide receiver, Luther Burden III, Nico Collins, Stephon Diggs, Zay Flowers, Chris Godwin, Juwan Jennings, Ladd McConkey, Terry McLaurin, Tedoroa McMillan, Jacoby Myers, Chris Olave, Michael Pittman, Rashee Rice, Wan'Dale Robinson, Khalil Shakur, Devontae Smith, Courtland Sutton, Jalen Waddle, Christian Watson, Jameson Williams, and Michael Wilson. Tight end, Harold Fannin, Juwan Johnson, Travis Kelce, Dalton Kincaid, George Kittle, Colston Loveland, and Dalton Schultz. Thank you for joining us for this mini episode of the FDH Lounge.